Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. Year 5 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League comes to you live on May 9th from Dodger Stadium for the second game of a three-game series between
And
the
now,
Minnesota Twins
your
and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The
2026
Dodgers 3 games
Los
behind the
Angeles
Giants in the National League
Dodgers.
West, while the Twins sit a game behind the Cleveland Indians in the AL Central. The Dodgers, led by Jackie Robinson, who is off to a terrific start. Jackie batting .331 through the first month and a half of the season. His best start here in the FSBL, and his success will be key to the Dodgers' success this season. On the hill, left-hander Clayton Kershaw, 3-2, a 2.39 ERA in 7 starts so far this season. Kershaw has been terrific. He will open up against Chuck Knobloch. Knobloch batting .283 as we get underway here in LA. Appreciate you all tuning in. Wayne Marks is here. Beatles Eternally is here. Luminaries abound at Dodger Stadium. 1 pitch, 1 out as Knobloch flies out to left.
Batting second, the left fielder, number
Came
4.
from Beatles stellar broadcast on the APBA and APBA Go and Action PC, and the Twins line up there on your screen. I'm lagging behind. Knobloch Dykstra comes in here batting in the 2-hole. I was a little slow on the uptake, giving you all the lineup, because I gave my greetings to our loyal fan base. Dykstra batting .240, the reigning American League batting champion, off to a slow start this year. 3 homers, 12 RBI. Dykstra pulls that one foul. Fans still settling in, sitting in, no doubt, in traffic here in Los Angeles. Is there anything else? 0-2 pitch, nubbed down to third, charging. Picked by Pinckney, throw to first, and the throw's going to pull him off the bag, and Dykstra is safe. That'll be an error on George Pinckney down at third for the Dodgers. And the Twins have a 1-out base run. Pinckney knew he had a hurry there with the speedy Dykstra, but a good throw certainly gets him. But the throw pulls Brothers off the bat, and the leadoff man is on. I'm sorry. 2-hole is on. There is one away. Knobloch retired so quickly. I forgot he had hit. Here's Joe Mauer. Mauer batting .260. He takes the first pitch slider for a called strike. 5 homers, 18 RBIs. Lifetime average above 300 here in the FSBL, despite his slow start here in year 5. Kershaw checks Dykstra at first. Slider misses up high. Again, Dykstra acquired in a year 1 trade with the Mets. Trade that said George Mulgrew and Shane Mack to New York. Twins have gotten the better of that deal. Slider on the inside corner. Dykstra was trapped a bit behind Carlos Beltran in center there, although Dykstra certainly could have played left. That instead elected to move it. Fastball up high, and Mauer chases it. Kershaw has his first strikeout. There's 2 away.
The right fielder.
Good work there from Kershaw to fan Mauer. 3 sliders and then the high fastball puts him away. So 2 down. Dykstra still on first. Here's the rookie Bob Allison. Allison batting .333. Throw over first. Dykstra gets back in easy. From that stretching motion, before he comes to the set, throws over to first again. Once again, Dykstra back safe. Then he has no problem getting dirt on that uniform. Anybody who watched Dykstra as a Met, I'll tell you that. That's ball down and in. It's 1-0. 3 homers, 9 RBIs for Allison. He's played at part-time. He's playing just against left-handers here in his rookie campaign. Baby Drew still manning right field against right-handers. So some people think Allison will eventually become the everyday guy, but Drew is off to a fantastic start. He's perhaps sensing the pressure of the talented rookie coming up behind him. 2-0 the count. Kershaw delivers fastball on the outside corner for the first strike. And he had that. It's 2-1. Again, Dykstra dives back in. Kershaw trying to make sure he keeps it close. Fastball there, swung on and missed, and the count goes to 2-2. My trusted broadcast partner, Howie the Bernadoodle, joins me in the booth here. You know, I hate that these things give the, I guess what people's original names were on YouTube, because with a few exceptions, I don't know who some of these people are who might have been in the chat before. Larry Fair goes, what exactly is this supposed to be? Okay, I'll give you the rundown. Thanks for tuning in. So basically the concept here is it's a franchise stars league, but with a twist. A regular franchise stars league is usually your 25, 40 best players, whatever. You run them through a season, and that's that. My concept here, first of all, I create and rate all these guys myself, as I have always done in my projects. But basically, franchises have a large master pool. So every franchise here in the Franchise Stars Baseball League had a 100-player master pool. Top 8 guys, a catcher in all the infield positions, top 20 outfielders, 25 starting pitchers, 15 relievers. Each guy is only listed with one franchise, so there's no doppelgangers there. 40 of those players were chosen by random generator to be with the franchise from year one. The remaining 60 guys will all come into the league eventually, but they come in through the rookie draft. So there's sort of a random debut aspect to the game, which lets me play this out as Kershaw fans Allison as a career mode, franchise mode, kind of real life setting with the franchise star setup. So you've got, is a franchise going to get all of its great guys at the start? Is it going to have to wait for some of them? Beatles, Eternallys, see there, Bert Blyleven off to a sensational start here, 1.86 through the first 7 games. Beatles, Pirates, and Dwayne's Braves too, have some of their great guys, but not a lot, particularly offensively. Pirates got Clemente and Starr, but they're still waiting for, Honus Wagner and they're still waiting for Dave Parker and still waiting for Pi Trainer and for those guys, and they will ultimately all come into the project, but they're not there yet. So again, it's just a means of making it have a franchise longevity career mode set up there, as Jackie Robinson puts that one over Dykstra's head out and left for a leadoff double. So Robinson continues his hot start to the season. He's got 14 doubles on. Jackie off to a terrific start here in year 5. There are trades, there's free agency, players are assigned. Their initial contract is basically however many seasons they actually played for the franchise they're assigned to. So if a guy played with the franchise for 4 years, he's got a 4-year contract, after which he can move on. The Dodgers line up Robinson and Dewey Reese, the rookie, as you just saw. Brothers Campanella and Ripper Collins, who's ripping the cover off the ball so far for the Dodgers. Freezer Wheat, Willie Davis, and George Pinckney round things out for LA. So here's Dan Brothers. Brothers struggling a bit out of the gate this year. The perennial 300 hitter, batting .246 so far. 3 homers, 16 RBI. Dodgers did elect to offer Brothers arbitration last year. There was some question whether they would or not. He has been terrific, and they saw no reason to let him go. draft pick compensation they would have gotten, unlikely to match Brothers' productivity so far in his career. Paul, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Fastball misses away. Fastball there, popped up, shallow left field. That's a long run for Dykstra, but Dykstra has good range, and Jackie, even with his speed, although I don't know where in the world Dykstra throws that ball. Robinson doesn't go. Dykstra misses the cutoff man by a country mile, and Robinson comes home to score. It's 1-0 LA. An unnecessary throw to begin with from Dykstra, but way off the mark, and the Dodgers get a gift, and now Campanella cranks this one deep out in the left center. He splits the gap. You can argue, of course, the run would have scored anyway. Of course, that is the fallacy of the predetermined outcome, but regardless, Campanella ropes a double into the gap, and the Dodgers have a 1-0 lead with a runner in scoring position. Just a horrible play from Dykstra on that Brothers flyout. He made a nice job to get there and make the play, but his throw to the cutoff man goes sailing way wide. Ripper Collins skies this one to right. Allison's underneath, puts it away, and the side is retired. But the Dodgers strike first. We'll head to the second here at Chavez Ravine. Dodgers 1, Twins nothing.
Leading off for Minnesota, the center fielder.
So here's Byron Buxton. Buxton batting .207. Fastball misses up high. Ball misses down and in. It's 2-0. Appreciate you all tuning in here for a late night stream. At least late night by me. Buxton hit this one well out to left. Wheat's going back on it. That ball's carrying. Wheat's going to look up, and that ball's out of here, and this game is tied. Home run, Byron Buxton, is 4th of the season. And the Twins break even the game at 1 apiece. Is some type of AI used to create the action? Well, no, it's basically a CPU versus CPU in MLB The Show. And then the games play out. Again, I do all the player ratings. I create new players for all the draft classes every year. I've got ratings formulas that I've developed that I use for the ratings, which I have detailed in whole streams here on the channel if you're interested. But yeah, the game plays out in the show, which does a really, really good job in terms of of creating a realistic environment here. As Roy Smalley steps in, Smalley batting .278 with his recent call up. Fastball on the outside corner. Oh, of course, Larry. I appreciate your interest, man. I'm always glad to discuss the project and talk shop and all that kind of stuff. This is my hobby. I certainly appreciate answering any questions. Paul says, I didn't know you made your ratings method available. Yeah, I mean, I've discussed it. I don't have a spreadsheet like publicly available for download or anything like that, but I've discussed it in old streams here on the channel. I've got to organize my old videos into playlists. I have it done to a degree, but I didn't really go fully thorough with it, and I really need to make it easier to find things. And especially with in January, I am going to start doing something that I have put off for a while. And I have now kind of convinced myself, now that I have a good concept of how I want to do it, I will be starting a podcast called Stuff of Legends, uh, which will be a weekly podcast here on the channel. And it'll cover everything that goes on across all the sports in my Legend Sports universe, but it's also going to tie what goes on here into history. So we're going to talk about sports history in the course of covering everything. It's not just going to be me regurgitating the stuff that's going on in the Legend Sports universe, but I'm going to kind of weave it into history. You know, a team has a great comeback with, say, the story of how that happened in the LSU, and then tie it into, in real life, you remember when this happened and talk about that game. I'm going to try to kind of bring it all together. So kind of a celebration of sports and history, which is what all of my projects are intended to be. I don't know why my chat it's censoring a bunch of posts that there's no reason to post. So I apologize for that. That's kind of an automated thing doing that, and I don't know why. Ground ball down to third. Pinckney throws him out, and there's 2 away. I'm trying to monitor that so I don't hold anybody's up.
The first baseman, number 29.
Appreciate it, Larry. You have a good night, man. Thank you for checking out. So here's Carew. Carew has had a rough go here in the early going. The Twins' offense, honestly, has been terrible, but their pitching staff has been great. They've got 3 starters in the top 6 in ERA in the American League so far. Jim Cott leads the league. And Blyleven and Johan Santana. This Twins lineup could really use Armin Phillips coming through in the draft. Give them a legitimate big thumper in the middle of the lineup. And granted, who couldn't use Armin Phillips? Ground ball to second. Robinson flips to first, and down goes Carew, who has hit a lot of those weak 4-3s so far this season. But Buxton homers to get the Twins on the board. We head to the bottom of the second. Twins 1, Dodgers 1 here in L.A. I appreciate that, Beatles. Thank you, man. Thanks, Paul Pusses. I'm tempted to go down the rabbit hole. Michael Silva, how are you, buddy? Nice to say. Legends, hope you have a great Christmas and New Year's. You too, my friend. Thank you so much. Check out Mike if you're on the Discord, or Jamie Marshall does a great job keeping up with it in the Sports Games Journal, but keep up with Mike's Baseball Bash, which basically has every player in every team who has ever existed in the course of all humanity put into one single environment. That's a fun project, and I'm glad it's going well for you, Mike. That's good stuff.
Batting 7, the left fielder.
Dykstra with a nice play there, ranging into foul ground. 1 away. Here's Zach Wheat. He's batting .248, 5 homers, 19 RBI. He's the Tier 2 batting champion here in the FSBL. Oh, and there is Jamie. Our good friend Jamie Marshall, Bash and FSBL, always a good doubleheader. Yeah, no shortage of baseball. That is for certain. Appreciate it, buddy. Hope all is well with you. A very Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday Season, etc., etc. To you all. 1 and 2 the count here as Blyleven works the week. Fastball misses down low. So when that podcast launches, the podcast is going to launch January 9th. And I'm going to the episodes are going to be short. They're designed to be around a half hour. And that's what I'm going to do for the first probably 2 or 3 months. And then if it goes well and there's a demand for me to stretch them out a little bit, I'll stretch them out a little bit. But basically that first weekend as Blyleven blows Weed away there for his first strikeout, second out here in the second. That first weekend is going to be an episode that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Basically kind of do a big drop of 3 of those half-hour episodes, and they'll kind of, over the course of those 3 episodes, it'll kind of lay out what I want the Stuff of Legends podcast to be, and then from there, I'll do 1 a week and we'll kind of go through, like I said, we'll touch on what's going on in the Legend Sports universe, but also I'm going to really want to focus on tying what goes on here into baseball history and stories and stuff like that. So I think I have a plan to carry it out and make it fun and interesting for people and for myself. And so I finally stopped resisting doing it, and now I'm kind of pumped up and looking forward to doing it. So I hope you all come along for the ride. Base hit there into center for Willie Davis. Had a miserable first month and a half. The glove has kept him in the lineup here in LA. And Davis, of course, has been here since the start. He's been here since year one. So he's built up a little bit of capital, a little bit of grace. Here's George Pinckney. Pinckney batting .228. Fastball misses up. 3 homers, 14 RBIs for Pinckney so far. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Yeah, Jamie and I talked about this when I did the interview in the Sports Games Journal. I've kind of resisted the podcast idea for a while, just because if I didn't set up a really solid formula to do it, I could absolutely become someone who becomes very prone to just kind of ranting and going off on tangents and rambling and such like that, and that's a terrible listen. So I needed to come up with kind of a plan and kind of a definitive approach before I did it, but I think I have one now, and it's I'm excited about getting it going. And again, I'm going to keep the episodes short. So it's something that people can't, don't listen live. They're all going to be pre-recorded because there's going to be some graphic stuff involved and placards I'm going to put up. And it's just much easier to do that with a pre-recorded podcast as opposed to trying to do it live on the fly. I don't like dead time, so that's why I'm going to do it like that. I'll be around in the chat during all the podcasts, but the actual podcast itself will be pre-recorded. I may do one a month live that'll allow for a little bit more kind of engagement with people in the flow of things. But we'll see. We'll see about that. That'll kind of depend on how it all goes to start with. Fastball misses inside. Pinckney draws the walk. First and second. As the order flips over, here's Robinson. Robinson doubles over Dykstra's head and left his first time up. Fastball on the outside corner. Davis at second, Pinckney at first. Breaking ball, shot down. As always, the later I start a stream, the slower the pace of the game. Without fail. Great curveball there from Blyleven. Let us know if you've heard that before. Robinson goes down flailing, and the side is retired. We'll head to the third here in LA. We're tied at 1. Twins dot. I will never forget, it was the old hockey league that I ran on here. As Eddie Yost steps in. And I got to the postseason of that, and I wanted to do a stream that night. And I didn't start that stream until like 1:45. Or 12:30, something like that. And of course, that game, it was a playoff game, goes into triple overtime. I was streaming until like 2:45 in the morning on a weeknight. It was horrendous. Great game, but horrendous. By the time I was done, I had no voice. I was half asleep. I was just begging for a goal. 0-2 here as Kershaw works to Yost. Curveball there. Yost gets a piece. Fouls it off. 0-2 offer. That one's popped up behind the plate. Campanella sheds the mask. He retrieves it for the out. There's one away here in the top of the third.
The second baseman, Chuck Knobloch.
So here's Knobloch. Knobloch's 0 for 1. Blew out his first time. That ball is scorched in the center. Davis will play it on the second hop, but a hammered base hit from Knobloch for a 1-out single here in the top of the third. We're going to get some StatCast data on this. Hear the way that came off the bat. Oh, thought we were going to get StatCast data. We do not. Here's Dykstra. Dykstra is 0 for 1. Throw over to first. Knobloch gets back in. Runner goes. Pitch out. Throw down from Campanella is a beauty. Campanella puts an absolute seed on the bag at second. And Knobloch is gunned down trying to steal. Reese slaps the tag on. Campanella to Reese. And that is a dart from the hand of Roy Campanella. 2 away here in the top of the third. Swung on and missed at the slider. It's 1-1. Campanella guns down Knobloch. Dykstra pops this one foul. Pinckney gives a look. It'll get out of play. Breaking ball for Kershaw. Dykstra pokes this one out in the left, and there's the base hit. So a 2-out single for Lenny. He gets the throw.
Now batting.
Dykstra, of course, had that costly error that led to Dodgers. Tries to atone for it somewhat here. With the base hit served out over the head of Huey Reese. Here's Joe Mauer. Mauer is 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Slider misses away. And Mauer, by his standards, slow out of the gate, batting .258. He is a lifetime, I believe it's .302 hit here in the Mets. Runner goes. Campanella tries to throw out another one. That one short hops a little bit. Dykstra got a very good jump, and he has his 6th stolen base of the season. Tough to steal on the lefty Kershaw. Dykstra gets in there, so now he's in scoring position. 1-1 to count them out. There are 2 outs here in the top of the third. Good slider again from Kershaw. Count goes to 1-2. Kershaw checks the runner, delivers, and again another slider. Kershaw throwing a ton of sliders so far. Big pitch, but usually a little bit more balanced out with the fastball and curveball as well. 2-2 offer. Ground ball back up the middle. It's past Kershaw. Robinson plays it on the backhand. Throws the first. Gets Mauer, and the side is retired. So the Twins come up empty. They're turned aside. We'll head to the bottom of 3. Tied at 1 here in L.A. Here's Pee Wee Reese, the rookie shortstop, rounded out his first time.
Not shortstop, Pee Wee Reese.
Fastball there is fouled off. Curveball. One hopper to short, kicked cleanly by Small. But Smalley's throw pulls Reese off the bag. So Smalley makes an error. I think that's now 3 errors in this game. Pinckney made an error, the Dykstra error, and now an error by Smalley. So defense not on display here. Reese is on, thanks to the Smalley error to open up the bottom of the third. Here's Dan Brothers. Ball there for Blyleven. Misses down low. Brothers had a sacrifice fly in the first. That's what that was called, although the runner really shouldn't have scored because he really came home on the error by Dykstra overthrowing the cutoff. I don't think that should actually go as a sacrifice fly. That's a rare situation. But Robinson wouldn't have scored had Dykstra not thrown the ball. He wasn't even trying to score until the ball got away. Best stash in the league. Maybe a big fan of the Dan Brothers 19th century. Him and Roger Connor rocking that. Curveball there. Brothers pulls it down. They don't have the old school 1900s, that early 1900s, late 1800s hair though. It's like glued down parts and stuff like that. They don't have those hairstyles. They should at least have a gap. He'll have room. Puts it away for the first down.
The catcher, number 39, Roy Campanella.
So here's Campanella. Campanella doubled his first time up. Right, just making that little comment about the hair and stuff like that. One thing that I think these companies fail in is they do these creative player features, but I think they oversimplify in that they think that people just like want to make themselves. And I don't think they really talk to people who do it as to the kind of people they're looking to make in these games. I think, yes, you have your people who want to like make themselves play in a career mode. But I think the biggest strength of a creative player feature is to be able to make historic guys who aren't in your game. And for something like baseball, that's going to go back to the 19th century and some of those guys. So you should have a few like those hairstyles and things like that, those mustaches in the game and such. I don't think they really fully grasp how that feature is going to be used. They don't cover the whole breadth of it. Of course, not everybody is creating these rosters in the fashion that I am and doing the deep dive that so I get it. But breaking ball there. Campanella swings and misses. Count goes to 3-2. Blyleven deals. Campanella fouls it off. Big cut from Roy. Blyleven takes a peek at the runner and delivers. Ella fouls off the palm ball. Good battle going on here. Throw over the first. Keats dives back in. Carew doesn't bother to try to slap the tag on it. Big curveball there. Campanella takes it, and a hard-earned walk by Roy Campanella. Good walk there. Good at bat from Campanella. Here's Ripper Collins. Collins has been on fire. 406. Not playing every day, but playing significantly. Fastball there. Misses up high. Paul says, I only use 12 teams so I could Madden set many rosters creation-wise. Yeah, it's, but again, it's just one of those things. It's, for me, it's an investment in the time. I think because I don't play these games, I come at it a little bit. I mean, I'll play them on my own sometimes. Like, as far as these leagues, these projects, for me, the fun of this is creating the project and then trying to bring this world I've created to life. Like, that's the fun for me. So, like, winning for me. No. I know you're not knocking me, Paul. I didn't take it that way at all. But for me, like, winning, for lack of a better term, at this is creating an engrossing project that performs realistically and that I enjoy and that hopefully other people enjoy too. Like, that's me winning at doing what I do. So because I don't play it, like, for me, putting the time in to manage the teams and check the rosters and handle roster moves and stuff like that, for me, it's an investment in making sure that the project I create is something I'm going to enjoy as much as I can possibly enjoy. At least that's what I tell myself. 2-0 the count. Fastball just off the outside corner, so Blyleven losing it a little bit here. He's got the bases loaded. There's only one out. He faces Reason. No room at the end. Fastball misses up high, ball 4. So Blyleven walks in a run. Reason draws the walk. It's 2-1 LA. Bert Blyleven suddenly struggling somewhat in a flash here. Here's Zach Wheat. Curveball. Ooh. Blyleven's getting squeezed a bit here, though, too. There's a couple of those curveballs look like they've hit the black. He is not getting the ball. 1-0, fastball, misses away. Damon says, this is what Mike and I were saying. We like the universe you create and talk about during the broadcast. Yeah, that's, it's, again, you're kind of creating this world. And Mike's Bash, and obviously with all the stuff that you're doing, it's, to help that project along with him. Again, you're trying to bring this thing you've created to life and bring the stories that come with it and bring all of that and make it kind of this living, breathing entity. Fastball there is fouled off by Wheat. And if you do that successfully, that's a heck of a lot of fun. Again, everybody has their own reasons for doing this. And the advantage of a hobby is that the only one who has to really like it is you. What Blyleven doesn't like is that ball is driven into the gap. That's going to clear the bases. Throw to third, not in time. Zach Wheat with a 3-run triple, and it is 5-1 Dodgers. Second triple of the year for Wheat, and it has blown up on Bert Blyleven here in the third. Wheat triples the runners home, and we got to see if there's going to be some bullpen action going for the Twins here, because Blyleven has just plain lost. Here's Willie Davis. Fastball. Ooh, that's called high too. Man, this is a very tight strike zone though. Blyleven keeping his cool right now, but the crowd would not be reacting the same if this was happening in Minnesota. I promise you that. Curveball there, tapped out in front of the plate. That's a tough play with the speedy Davis. Mauer pounces on it, throws the first, gets him. but the run broke on contact. Maurer had to leave the plate. The run comes home to score. And it's 6-1 Dodgers. So that'll bring up George Pinckney. Pinckney walked his first time up. Paul says, I love the way baseball games can get away from a pitcher in a flash. Yeah, the guy yesterday had no walks in the seventh, 4 batters. Later he trailed 4-1, struck out 14, and lost the game. So now to give you an idea, I'll tie that kind of situation, and I'll have to do with Blyleven. Yours is a more extreme case that fits what I'm talking about better. One of the segments in the podcast is going to be calling it drama in real life. And when I was a kid, my grandma always subscribed to Reader's Digest. And Reader's Digest every month had a feature called Drama in Real Life. There'd be like a harrowing tale that somebody endured and stuff like that. And I read those every time I went to her house. And so the Drama in Real, that's where the name comes from. The Drama in Real Life segment of the podcast is Bob Allison. He's off the top of the 4th here against Kershaw. Is going to be something that happened in, so like a story like yours that you just said with that pitcher. Hey, here's this wild game that happened in my universe, and give the details of the game, and then say, it brings to mind or a similar situation happened when, whatever pitcher, Tom Seaver in 1971 was cruising along as he usually did and had walked nobody in this game against the Cardinals, and then it all unraveled for him, and the Cardinals won it on a home run from whoever or whatever. So it's going to be a way to kind of tie what's going on in the universe with history, and it's going to bring memories back for people, and it'll hopefully prompt discussions and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I remember when this kind of thing like that happened. And so that's going to be the goal of that kind of a segment. And the whole podcast is going to be done with that kind of a theme in mind. Obviously, a big part of it will be talking about what goes on here throughout all the sports of the Legend Sports universe. And I'll talk about ratings and formulas and how I devise things and stuff like that too. But I don't want it to be all just me talking about the LSU. But I think people who follow the channel and my sports know what goes on at least 2 weeks or 3. So I want to bring another element to it, and bring that kind of real life element to it, and find a way to tie it in an interesting way. So hopefully that segment will do that. And that segment is going to be a pretty regular one. I'll do that pretty much every podcast. We'll have a drama in real life kind of piece involved. 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Here's Roy Smalley. Smalley grounded out his first time up. Fastball in for a called strike. Down in the dirt, it's 1-1. Slider is fouled off. Fly ball to left. That's more of a pop-up than anything else. Shallow left. Reese ranges out, puts it away, and the side is retired. So Kershaw shuts them down after the Dodgers' big inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 6-1 LA. Here's Jackie Robinson. Jackie 1 for 2, doubled and scored.
The second baseman.
Robinson has been very good so far in the FSBL. He has not had a huge season. So he's off to the kind of start here this year that this might be the year that Jackie takes it to that next level. fastball from Blyleven. Kind of surprised Blyleven's still in this game, honestly, but Twins not wanting to burn through their bullpen. There's certainly some bad luck involved in that last game, but still would have thought they would have gotten Blyleven out of there. Curveball misses. It's 2-1. Fastball swung on it. 2-2 the count. Good curveball there. Robinson goes chasing one down to the dirt. Mauer has to field it, throw it to first. There's one away. Third strikeout from Blyleven. Here's Reese 0 for 2. Rounded out. He did score a run, though. On the fielder's choice earlier, and Blyleven suddenly started walking the yard. He's fouled this one off. It's 1-1. Curveball misses down low. It's 2-1. Ball there. Reads out in front of it. 2-2 offering from Blyleven. Swung on and missed. Palm ball with some dive on it. Reese swings over the top. Fourth strikeout from Blyleven, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth.
Number 0.
And other than that bases clearing double by Weed, Blyleven really wasn't hit hard last game. It was more that his control temporarily left him. Stutter my way through that word. I don't even know what that was. Temporarily. Word we were looking for there. Non-alcohol induced slurring. Is depressing on many levels. 2-0 count here as Blyleven works to throw them. Fastball is in for a called strike. Curveball, tapper, Blyleven off the mound. Plants, throws, not gonna get him. Infield hit for Dan Brothers. That's just the kind of way this has gone for Bert Blyleven. Giving up a couple of these hits. Brothers, by no means a statue, but not fast either. That ball nubbed into the perfect spot, and now it's Campanella with 2 outs. Ball in for a call strike. Campanella doubled earlier. He's also scored a run. This one is hit hard out to right, but Allison gets a good break on it, puts it away. And the side is retired. We'll head to the top of the 5th here in Los Angeles. 6-1 Dodgers. Drew, Carew, and Yost due up for the Twins. So here is J.D. Drew. He grounded out his first
time. Leading off for the Twins, the designated hitter, J.D. Drew.
Drew pulls this one down to first. Brothers picks it. He'll take it to the bag himself. 1 pitch, 1 out. Opens up the 5th.
The batter, number 29.
Here's Carew. He's 0 for 1. Rounded out his first time up the game. Carew just having an abysmal start. Here's in year 5. For a very solid rookie season. Twins suffering a big blow. little more than a week ago as Heine Minush placed on the injured list with a fractured wrist. He's going to leave at least a couple of months. Minush had a great rookie season along with Peru last year during the Twins' miracle run to the ALCS. Losing Minush certainly hurts and open up some time for Clyde Milan to start getting some attacks here in Minnesota. Minush was off to a solid start here in year 5 as well. That injury is certain. Tough one for the Twins to try to navigate. 3-2 offering here from Kershaw. Peru drops this one out in the right, but it's going to hang up. Reese makes the play, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, number
Peru so far this season has some Mets years Roberto Alomar aspect to his at bat, rolling over grounders to second, weak fly balls, stuff like that. Here's Eddie Yost. Yost 0 for 1. Pulls this one foul down the left field line. Not that Robbie Alomar's failures in New York traumatized. 0-1 from Kershaw. Fastball misses up high. After this game, we will have 7 more baseball broadcasts before year 5 rookie draft. See the players who will come aboard the FSBL in year 6. Chopper to second, Robinson throws to first, and the side is retired. So Kershaw continues to roll. We will head to the bottom of the 5th. We're midway through in LA. 6-1 Dodgers. Oh, time for the floating head. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. That's such a weird picture of John Sciambi. He looks like Shrek. I am no fashion model by any means. That's an odd shot to use for a guy to have that as his photo that pops up during every game. Here's Ripper Collins. Collins 0 for 1. Curveball misses down low. Collins came over from the Cardinals in the trade that sent Jay Howell. Howell has been terrific for the Cardinals. Collins has been every bit of that for the Dodgers. It has helped out both teams. Collins puts this one out to center. Buxton is right there, though. He puts it away for out number
1. Now batting, number 27.
So here's Pete Reeser. He's 0 for 1. He's also walked, driven in a run. Drove in a run with that walk, actually. Came around to score himself. Fastball at the ball of strike. Reeser has been a very solid player here for the Dodgers. Curveball swung on and missed. 0-2. Ripped in the center. There's a base hit for Reeser. Buxton will come up throwing, but it's a 1-out single for Reeser, who is a threat to run on first.
Left fielder, number 7.
On ball there, but stayed knee high. Didn't drop down any deeper than that. Reeser puts it right back from whence it came, and that will be the end for Bert Blyleven. So Blyleven grinds his way into the 5th despite not having his best stuff. Blyleven has been sensational all season. He had one bad inning here that got away from him. Never really quite looked comfortable. And now he will check out with Troy Hawkins. Will enter. Hawkins 1-2, a 4.6 ERA in 10 appearances so far. Hawkins try to get through the 5th and probably the 6th if all goes well for Minnesota. Let the bullpen carry this to the finish line. Runner goes, breaking ball there, no shot of throwing Reeser out. Stolen base, his 2nd of the year. 1 as Hawkins works to Zach Wheat. Wheat who had that bases loaded, bases clearing triple his last time up. Shot the other way. That's going to be extra bases. That's going down in the corner. 1 run will score. Reeser comes in. Wheat will pull in at second with his 4th RBI of the ballgame. And it's 7-1 Dodgers. 7th double of the year for Zach Wheat. Talk about Wheat's offensive numbers. We're a little slow getting out of the gate this season, but he's breaking out here in this one. Here's Willie Davis. Davis is 1 for 2. First ball misses down and away. Davis's single his last time up put him back up over the Mendoza line. Fastball in for a called strike. Mike Trombley, the rookie right-hander, throwing in the bullpen for the Twins. They're going to have to piece together 4 innings. This one. Fastball misses up high. High curveball. Hawkins gets all those two. High fastball is popped shallow center. Buxton is there, puts it away. Runner won't try to tag, and there's 2 away.
Now number 5.
Good work there for Buxton. That'll bring up Pinckney. He's 0 for 1. He's also walked. Fastball at the knee. This is down low. This foul off. Count goes for 1 and 2. Ball low. Hawkins rubbing up the baseball, trying to find some outs in. Oh, that's a bad animation there. And coming out of the glove. Makes a good salary. Guy should be able to afford a glove that his fingers don't pop through. That one's popped up to left. Dykstra's underneath it, puts it away. And the side is retired. The Dodgers pick up another. We'll head to the top of the 6th. It's all LA, 7-1. So here's Knobloch. He's 1 for 2.
Leading off to the Twins.
Knobloch singled back in the 3rd.
Chuck Knobloch.
Shaw has looked sharp. Fastball here misses up high. Curveball in for a called strike. 1-1 to Knobloch. Ball smacked down to 3rd. Pinckney kicked it for first, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, number 4.
Just put up a 5 spot in the 3rd. Dykstra blow a bases-loaded, bases-clearing triple from Zach Weeks. Dykstra smacks this one the other way, but right at Reese, who snares it for the second out.
Now batting, the catcher.
So, Nails will retreat to the dugout. Here's Maurer. He's 0 for 2. Gets struck out and grounded out. Deals fastball for a called strike. Oh, pitch. Maurer out to left. Wheat doesn't even have to move. Puts it away, and the side is retired. So Kershaw continues to cruise. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth, top of the order for L.A. Robinson, Reese, and Brothers due up. Here's Jackie, 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored.
The second baseman, Jackie.
Bang that like button if you haven't as of yet. YouTube loves that. Fouls it off. One is Hawkins deal. Fastball swung on and missed. Ball misses down low. Robinson hammers that one, but foul. Down goes 2-2. Gets the sign. Delivers. Ties Robinson up. Moved out to left. Dykstra comes on. Puts it away for the first out of the sixth.
The batter, number 1. Shortstop, Pee-wee Reese.
So here's Pee-wee Reese. Reese is 0 for 3. Struck out his last time. Down low, Reese chasing for strike 1. Fastball misses up high. One off. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-2 pitch. Big curveball. Reese goes chasing. Maurer has to throw to first to complete it, and there's 2 away. First strikeout for Hawkins. Here's Brothers. He singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. There. Little table here. Line drive into center. It's a base hit for Brothers. He's got a 2-out single. That's Dan Brothers waking up. His second hit of the day.
The catcher, number 39.
So that'll bring up Campanella. Campanella 1 for 2. Ball misses inside. Campanella, a double and a run scored. One's a called strike. Hawkins gets the high call. Campanella has 3 triples. That's wild. I mean, Campanella may have had triples playing in the massive confines. He was Brooklyn, but Even so, don't match Campanella having made triples for his career. That's funny though. I don't mind an anomaly like that. You know, as long as it doesn't end up the season with 10. Oh, nice play by Dykstra. Going back on it. Lenny hits the. So the Twins will come up in the 7th with lots of work to do. It's 7-1 Los Angeles. Kershaw starts the inning at 78 pitches. He will face Bob Allison, who's 0-2. He is struck out and grounded. Fastball fouled off. Rip, wow, ripped at the Twins dugout, but the fencing there blocked that from going in. Good thing for the bystanders. 0-2 pitch from Kershaw. Allison takes the curveball down low. Kershaw delivers. Fastball misses up high. It's 2-2. There, foul down the right-hand side. The count stays. 2-2 offering. Breaking ball, Allison fouls off the. Got to do a uniform number check. At some point, I should kind of just do a sweep. Bob Allison was number 19. I do not believe. Fastball there. Kershaw gasses him for the first out of the 7th. Third strikeout for Kershaw. And there's one away. And there's Byron Buxton. Buxton 1 for 2. He went deep back in the 2nd. And Buxton hammers this one. Second homer of the game for Byron Buxton. Solo shot makes a minor dent in the deficit, but his 5th homer of the year makes it 7-2. So Buxton unloads for the 2nd time today. He's been the only offense for Minnesota. He knew that one right off the bat. So did Campanella. Ball was tattooed. Here's Smalley. He's 0 for 2. Fastball swung on into. Oh, he has popped out and grounded out. Smalley was down in the minors to start the season, but he's been called up. And lines this shot in the center. That's a base hit. Davis will play it on the hop, but it's a 1-out single for Roy Smalley.
Up next for Minnesota.
Here's Drew. He's 0 for 2.
J.D. Drew.
Slider there for strike 1. Drew has grounded out twice. Shaw checks the runner, buries him. Curveball there, misses outside. One and one, the count. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-2. Ground ball to second. This could be 2. Robinson can't field it cleanly. Gets the lead runner. They won't have a shot at Drew at that. That was a tailor-made double play. Robinson couldn't field it cleanly, but you can't assume the double play, so no error. You get the force. Here's Carew. He's 0 for 2. Ball for called strike. All delivered. That one served out to left. There's the base hit. Runner holds at second. Now it's 2 on, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. And we'll see if that gets something going in the LA bullpen. Here's Eddie Yost. Yost is 0 for 2. Ball misses up high. Yost popped out and grounded it. Yost's continued struggle could mean a call back up to the majors for Gary Gaetti. Ball misses outside. Two-0 pitch. Fastball. Ooh, just misses. Kershaw doesn't seem to make stuff. The count is 3-0. So now Kershaw in danger, falling into the same trouble that Blyleven fell into earlier. But Blyleven fell into that trouble with 1 out. Kershaw has 2 men. Order turns over here, though. Kershaw can't get Yost. There for a called strike. Kershaw coming up on 100 pitches. This will be number 99. Ball's in there for a called strike. But Kershaw has worked the count back full here against Yost. The set. Delivered. In there, called strike 3 at the knees. Down he goes. So Kershaw battles back to get out of the jam after the Buxton homer. 7th inning stretch time in LA. 7-2 Dodgers. That fan taking it pretty hard there.
Your attention, please.
So Hawkins does his job out of the pen. Now here's Trombley. Trombley 0-2, a 5.57 ERA in 13 appearances. He'll start off facing Ripper Collins.
Leading up for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, number 12.
Collins is 0 for 2. There, foul ball. Oh, 1 offering. Ground ball to short. Smalley hits it. Throws the first. There's 1 away.
Now batting, number 27.
So that'll bring up Reeser. Reeser 1 for 2, a single, an RBI, a pair of runs scored. When Perkins, the lefty, Matt Guerriere, the right-hander, throwing in the Minnesota bullpen. They try to get this game to the finish line. If they happen to come back, that's bonus. Splitter there. Hey, Reeser fouls it off. Ball is downstairs. 1-2 pitch. In there, called strike 3. Splitter from Trombley. Locks him up, and there's 2 away.
Up next is Bobby.
Here's Wheat, 2 for 3. A double, a triple, 4 RBI. Splitter in for a called strike. Good splitter there. Wheat goes flailing. Probably ahead 0-2. Ooh, good curveball. Wheat lays off. One down to the dirt. Blocked there by now. It doesn't matter. Nobody's on base. Good practice. Curveball misses up high and away. Full count. Willie Davis waits on deck. A 3-2 pitch. Fly ball to left. Dykstra is right there. Had him played perfectly. And the side is retired. The good work in the 7th from Trombley. We head to the top of the 8th here in LA. It's 7-2 Dodgers.
Leading off for Minnesota, the second baseman.
So, top of the order here for the Twins. Here's Knobloch. He's 1 for 3. Kershaw at 100 pitches. Starts them off with strike 1. Steve Howe, the left-hander. Larry Sherry, the right-hander, out there in the Dodgers bullpen. Kershaw deals. Fastball swung on and missed. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. Pinckney has it. Throws first and gets him for the first out.
The batter, number 4.
So that'll bring up Dykstra. He's 1 for 3. Single back in the third. Ball is a called strike. Ball misses up and in. 1-1. 53,625 in attendance here in LA. Dykstra out in the center. There's a base hit. Dykstra has his second hit of the game. It's a 1-out single.
Now batting, the catcher, Joe Moore.
That will bring up Joe Mauer. Mauer is 0 for 3. He's 0 for 6 in the series. So from the set. Mauer out in the center on a rope, but right at Davis, who makes the play for the second out.
Now batting, number 19.
So that'll bring up Allison. He's 0 for 3. Struck out his last time up. Down and in. Offense has been the Twins' problem since the inception of the FSBL. I think Allison is going to help with that. So far, so good. He's been excellent. They need that big thumper, though. They do not have that. Despite Byron Buxton's 2 homers in this game. All from the set. Delivered. Fastball at the little bit above the belt. Won't say at the knee. The ball strike. Ball misses up and away. Aforementioned Byron Buxton waits on deck. Kershaw deals. Allison fights it off. Shot foul. Full count offering. Fastball swung on and missed. So Kershaw fans Allison to end the eighth. Strong work from Kershaw. I think that'll probably be it for him. We head to the bottom of the eighth in LA. 7-2 Dodgers. So here's Willie Davis. Davis, 1 for 3, a single and an RBI.
The center fielder, Willie Davis.
Probably will stay in after an effective 7 when he needed 12 pitches. Probably to burn the doodle. Shaking rings her bell, letting me know she wants to go back up to bed. Splitter swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Trombley has that splitter dancing nicely. Fly ball out to left center field. Long run. Buxton closing. Gets there. Nice play by Aaron Buxton. And there's one away. Good acceleration there to catch up to that one from Buxton. That ball was slicing away from him. One away. Here's Pinckney. He's 0 for 2. Back up the middle. Smalley picks it. Nice play. Throw to first. Gets him. Nicely done by Rory Smalley.
Now back, second baseman.
That almost looked like Pinckney kind of assumed that was getting through. Nicely played by Smalley. Order turns over. Here's Jackie Robinson. 1 for 4. Curveball misses outside. Deals. Splitter swung on and missed. Probably Robinson hits it hard but foul, slicing it down the right field line. Count goes to 1-2. Ground ball inside the bag at third. That's a base hit for Robinson. Robinson runs low. He's going to turn the corner. Dykstra took that. Excuse me. Dykstra took that a little bit nonchalantly down the line, and Robinson never slowed down. Look at this. Lenny kind of eases into this ball. And Robinson never slowed up. He's in at second with a 2-out double. Here's Pee Wee Reed.
The shortstop, Pee Wee Reese.
We'll try to let Trombley get through this rather than burn another reliever. Reese is 0 for 4. Hot smash to short. Smalley dives. Nice play, Roy Smalley. His second nice play of the inning. Well done by Smalley. And the side is retired. Takes an RBI single away from Pee Wee Reese. We head to the top of the ninth. Now the Twins will try to get their offense suddenly going against Steve Howe. Howe 1-0 with 3.48 earned run average in 11 appearances. Kershaw allowed 2 runs over 8. Yet another strong start. Here's Buxton. Buxton really the only blemish against Kershaw. He took him deep twice. Both were solo shots. Fastball to Howe at the knees. Strike 1. Slider misses down and away. Ooh. That one looked good. It's called the ball. The 2-1 pitch from Howe. Buxton. This one now it's 2-2. Howe delivers. Buxton fouls it off. 2-2 offering from Howe. Ball misses up high. Smalley waits on deck. Outfield. Buxton swings and misses. Down he goes. Howe picks up the strikeout. There's one away here in the ninth.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, Gianni Cavaco.
So that'll bring up Troy Smalley. Smalley, a pair of spectacular defensive plays in the bottom of the 8th. 1 for 3. Fastball going on in mid. Only singled in the 7th. Ground ball down to third. Pinckney has it. Throws to first, and the Twins go down to their final out.
The batter, number 9, designated hitter, J.D. Drew.
Here's J.D. Drew. Drew is 0 for 3 on the day. He's 0 for 7 in the series. Rounded out his last time up. First pitch swing, grounder to first. Brothers to Howe covering first, and that's your ball game. So the Dodgers get a terrific start from Clayton Kershaw, 4 RBIs from Zach Wheat. And they take down Bert Blyleven and the Twins in the middle game of this 3-game set. Kershaw improves to 4-2. Blyleven falls to 3-3. The 5-run third, the big inning in this ballgame. That cameraman is fired. That was terrible. Can't see Jackie Robinson coming home. All right, a little broken camera work here. Here you see Zach Wheat standing on third after his bases clearing triple. It's one of the 2 home runs from Byron Buxton in the losing effort. Defensive work from Roy Smalley. Don't usually see a lot of defensive highlights when your team gets beat by 5, but we like showing the love, even for the losing team. So, Dodgers take the middle game of the 3-game set after dropping the opener. These teams will play their finale tomorrow. For this one, Kershaw gets the win. 8 innings, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks. 2 runs allowed. Bert Blyleven, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks. 6 runs allowed for Blyleven in his first bad start of the season. Zach Wheat gets player of the game honors, 2 for 4, a double and triple, 4 RBIs, and a run scored. Your final line score, 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Dodgers, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Minnesota Twins. greatly appreciate everybody tuning in here. Our good friend Paul was here, SDJ Jamie, Mike Silva. They were both here. Be sure to follow their beautiful baseball bash. Beatles Eternally was here. Obviously, follow Beatles' channel. Wayne Marks was here as well. Newcomer Larry was here. I appreciate Larry checking in and trying to learn a little bit more about the project. Always appreciate new people coming on board into this community. I think I mentioned Twain, but we'll mention Twain again because he is the streaming demon and deserves to be mentioned twice. Greatly appreciate you guys. Bang that like button if you haven't as of yet. Subscribe if you haven't as of yet. And as it is very unlikely that I will stream at any point tomorrow, have a very, very Merry Christmas if you celebrate. And we'll see you later in the week. Be good to each other, everybody. We'll talk soon. The Dodgers take down the Twins in LA.